Thank you for joining me and taking the time to subscribe. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to track the next storm systems, how they're different, a bigger warm up on the way, and some areas that will eventually see some snow. One front getting a little bit closer to Bermuda, running through the southern U.S. right now. With that said, it's not diving down south into the Caribbean. It's more of that west to east motion that we've talked about. Now, what we'll be watching next is this moisture sliding in from the Pacific. That will help build the next winter storm system, but this one has a better chance of some severe storms versus some of the snow that we had before. Watching the one system that I mentioned right through here, parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, right through Georgia, but again, moving more to the east, not diving down as much to the south, as we're about to see more of a significant warm-up. Back to the north, parts of Quebec, Ontario, seeing the snow showers over toward parts of the Great Lakes, even a little bit of rain mixing in, but you see some of the pockets of snow here. And of note, as we swing out to the west, where there are horrific wildfires over toward the Los Angeles area. I mentioned this a couple of days ago. It'd be a little bit more active, and you can see some of the rain here, some of the snow hitting some of the higher terrain, but at least some moisture around for parts of Southern California, coming out of parts of Mexico where it is desperately, desperately needed. So I did want to point that out. Now, as we get a look at where we're seeing some of the activity, at least this morning, watching out for a few pockets of showers just to the south of Barbados, just to the east of Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana and Suriname also seeing the rain. Been watching some of the rain over toward San Andres, Providencia, nearby the Corn Islands, Honduras, close to Roatan. And then a little moisture feeding in central sections of Colombia and watching over toward Panama. So we'll see some areas of rain. We'll start wide here to track the next storm system. And then I want to show you those impressive temperatures. So we've got a couple little fronts that are scooting by, not moving down to the south, so that will allow that quicker warm up. But on top of that warm up, that moisture will be feeding in from the Pacific side, which will feed in to that next storm system. So we go out in time here. We'll go a couple of days out in time and stop it here. This is as we work our way into Thursday, and you can see that next storm system building. Now, this one is not going to bring that southern snow. With it, though, the chance of stronger, even the potential of some severe storms as we get the collision of the cold air and the warm air out ahead of it, and some of the cold air sneaking into the north. But it's not that Arctic blast that a lot of folks had about a week or two ago. So it's not that extreme cold, and that's why most of this will be rain. But look how this dips all the way down right toward the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. That's the tail end of the front. In it, we'll see that chance of some stronger storms. Ahead of it, we get that southerly flow. Back behind it, we get some of the chillier weather trying to sneak in. See, as you get back toward parts of Missouri and Iowa, a little bit of that snow on the back side of it, but this is mainly a rain event as this moves by. Now, as this lifts up to New England, though, that'll be the spot to watch, and the Atlantic region of Canada for that chance of getting some snow out of this. It just depends on the timing of the cold air, which we'll watch together as we get into the weekend. You see parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and then parts of New York, Connecticut, that chance of some snow. But here's that trailing front moving through Florida, northern Bahamas. With that said, while it is sitting right here, it's not going to dive down to Puerto Rico, Haiti, the Dominican Republic. It's not going to move as far down to the south. And then by the time we get into Monday, early next week, watching this little impulse here with another front, but again, not diving down. That keeps us warm, even warmer than average in the Caribbean and much of the United States, and some of that Arctic air in Canada is going to be lifting more up to the north. And then we'll be watching out for these next systems coming in from the west, more of that west to east motion. So gradually seeing a pattern change as we work our way into next month. Now, a lot of us still have that cold air in place, that chilly air across the Bahamas, but look at that sneaking in, that yellow shading in parts of Louisiana where there was significant snow just about a week ago. That's the warmer air creeping in. Let's jump out in time here. You can see it. This is the Arctic stuff right in here, still clipping by parts of the Atlantic region of Canada and New England, but there's that warmer weather just lifting to the north. You see more of these yellows on the map lifting up to the north. They're the warmer temperatures, and that's why this next storm system that will roll in will be a rain event for many. There's that little pocket of some of the very cold air, though, but let's go out in time when we're tracking that next storm system, and you can see here this is by the time we get into a Sunday, and look at that. We're going to see above average temperatures through the Caribbean lifting right up into parts of the United States, and that's why we'll see more of that rain event. But there's still some of that cold air in place, of course, over toward parts of New England, Atlantic region of Canada. So still, by the time we get into the weekend, a few question marks on where there'll be snow and where there will be some of that rain. So we get a look at that snow cover, that snowpack here. Now, a lot of that snow that hit some of those unusual places has melted at this point. So this is the snow cover for today. And then looking out on time here, this is by the time we get into the weekend in that snow depth. We're not seeing any of that extreme southern snow. It actually recedes in spots. There's going to be a snow melt because of that warmer air that's going to be lifting up to the north. Of course, usual places still dealing with some of the snow, but at least this initial system, not as much in the way of snow. We'll watch over toward the Atlantic region of Canada and New England. There could be a little icing still, a possibility. We'll watch that down the road. Hit or miss shower in the Dominican Republic. Couple popping up. Guyana, Suriname, scattered areas of rain. Yesterday, Dominica, we had a few of those passing showers. We may get a couple today. Panama lifting up toward Honduras, Belize, seeing some of those scattered showers. This here is by the time we get into tomorrow, generally the same setup. With that said, a couple of these spotty showers around. Warmer temperatures are going to be with us with that southerly flow creeping in all the way up through the Cayman Islands, Cuba, the Bahamas. We're going to start to lose those really cold nights with that warmer flow that will be headed in, and that's going to hold throughout much of the week. We'll see that warming trend. A couple passing showers possible. Cayman Islands may get one or two for us in Jamaica, but Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad, and Tobago still watching out for scattered showers. Scattered showers, not too widespread across parts of Central America by the time we get into Wednesday. Here's the Atlantic region of Canada. There's that one front that's kind of moving by, just clipping by Bermuda. There's the cold air that's in place. Of course, that chance of some of those snow showers around parts of Quebec over toward parts of New Brunswick. We may get clipped by a few showers. This here is our Tuesday. Tomorrow, you see some of those scattered snow showers. Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, couple diving down across the Great Lakes, and the tail end of the front just scraping by Bermuda. So watching that, no washout, but at times that chance of rain as that moves by. And then on Wednesday, watching over toward Nova Scotia, even Prince Edward Island, chance of a little snow. But here comes that next system that will be working in from the west and kind of working across as we go throughout the week. And that's what we'll be tracking together. Choppy across the Caribbean, running at about 2 meters. So we're looking at about 7-8 feet in some spots. Could be a little bit more. The Atlantic water, something we're really watching out for. This is by Wednesday. Those Atlantic passageways, everything's on the higher side. And then by the end of the week, as that next front gets closer, we'll see things starting to build as a whole in the waters. Atlantic waters, though, are going to be on the much rougher side, no doubt, especially from Bermuda and then lifting up to the north. Rain chance stays low with that. Even if we get a little shower, parts of Jamaica, Cayman Islands, our rain totals are not going to be so high. Eastern end of Jamaica, slightly better chance of rain. Could get a shower or two over toward Kingston, maybe a couple sprinkles over toward Haiti, back toward Jacmel. Dominican Republic, isolated chance of a shower, especially eastern and northern sections. One or two, Puerto Rico, Anguilla, St. Croix, Tortola, Guadalupe, Montserrat. Dominica, still a chance of a few showers. That easterly flow, so we'll see Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Grenada, one or two. But Trinidad, we have a slightly better chance the next couple of days. Some of that moisture near Guyana and Suriname kind of lifting up toward the north, so we could see a few spots for a 3-day rain total approaching 2 inches of rain. Most of us won't see that, but a few spots could get 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain, and then some scattered showers right across parts of Central America, mainly over toward the Caribbean side. And then you can see that moisture that's building across parts of the southern U.S. And this is a lot of what we'll have today. I showed you some of that rain earlier that is moving by. So the rain chance bumps up a notch, but this is just that spotty stuff. So for us in Jamaica, we have about a 30 to 40% chance the next 3 days, 30% chance today in the Cayman Islands, but that rain chance, it's actually going to go down just a 10% chance by Wednesday. Passing shower, but this is up slightly from the last few days. 40% chance for us in Trinidad and Tobago. Could get a couple of those showers around. 30% chance the next couple of days in Barbados. 30% chance today in St. Lucia. And a 40% chance of a passing shower tomorrow. Grenada, 30% rain chance. 30% rain chance as well. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So nothing too terribly high. 30 to 40% chance as we work our way into Martinique. Dominica, we had some of that rain yesterday at times. Looking at still that 30% chance through the middle of the week. 40% chance today in Guadeloupe. A 20% chance by Wednesday. 20 to 30% chance in Antigua and Barbuda. Should be a lot of beautiful sunshine around. Same thing, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat. Rain chance holding at 20%. 20% chance the next 3 days, Anguilla and St. Bart's. 20% chance St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, down to just a 10% chance on Wednesday. 20% chance holding the next 3 days in Puerto Rico. And we do that again, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Rain chance stays very minimal across the Bahamas, and we have that warming trend for the week ahead. Turks and Caicos, so make it a 30% chance of a shower for tomorrow. And there's that 30% chance in the Dominican Republic. And as we work our way back toward Haiti, rain chance about 10, maybe 20%. Could see a sprinkle or two popping up in a couple spots. About a 40% chance across Belize. So it's gone down some, but still a chance of a few showers around. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, that rain chance is on the low side. Just a 10% chance, maybe a 20% chance by tomorrow. Watching Guyana and watching Suriname. Suriname by Wednesday, rain chance bumps up again, a 60% chance by the middle of the week. Rain chance stays on the small side in Cuba. The cold nights starting to leave us as the week goes on. 30% chance of rain, Costa Rica and Panama. 40% chance in Nicaragua. 40 to 50% chance in Honduras. Rain chance trends down. Still a couple of those showers around. We're mainly dry in Guatemala and El Salvador. Eastern sections, better chance of a little bit of rain. We're dry across Mexico City. Rain chance holding at 30%. Cozumel, Campeche, over toward Merida, just about a 20-30% chance. Mainly dry northern Colombia to the south. That's where there's a little more rain. 20 to 30% chance in northern Venezuela and in Bermuda. The rain chance isn't super high, but there will be some showers at times just as those fronts start to work by. So the warmer air lifting to the north, tracking some of those areas of rain. And that next winter storm system developing, that's what we'll be tracking as we go throughout the week, monitoring where some of that snow will be and some of those severe storms. Of course, monitoring some of that earthquake activity. Had a couple rumblings around the Dominican Republic over the last few days. So keeping an eye on any unusual or just, I guess, usual earthquake activity. So thank you for being part of this weather community. Have a great start to your week.